hottest talk show host by the way of the South. It's Table Talk with T-Salt.
All righty. Hello, everybody. Here by myself today. Just want to thank y'all for tuning in each and every Wednesday to Table Talk with T-Salt. This is the fifth Wednesday, so every fifth Wednesday we're going to let NAACP of Memphis host our show. So I have two panelists that's going to join me in a minute, Avion Turner and Raven Redwing. So let me go ahead and get this news out the way. The city of Memphis releases its 2020 housing report. This report shows which neighborhoods in Memphis have been impacted by the ongoing COVID pandemic. According to this report, the poverty rate has increased to almost 28% and is one of the highest of any large cities in the country. Almost 90% of Memphis neighborhoods have seen a rise in rental housings. Vacant and abandoned homes throughout the city continue to be disrupted in the housing market. The Division of Housing and Community Development is hosting a housing summit on October the 29th, which will be the round table, and they're going to have featuring housing directors from Atlanta and Detroit is going to be in the building. Mississippi government Tate Reeves, he extended these statewide COVID-19 measure, but did not do this mask mandate. So I think the mask mandate for Mississippi ended today at 5 p.m. The executive order expired today at 5, and he stated that people should be trusted to wear their mask at their own decision. But you still have to wear your mask at school, close contact businesses, just such as barbershops and beauty shops. So you still have to wear your mask there. And I think Bill Lee, he has eased some of the restrictions for us as far as Tennesseans and Shelby County, but the mask mandate wasn't expired. It still will go into effect through the month of October. So I'm just trying to see why Tennessee and Mississippi, I know it's two different states, but why did Mississippi, what's his name, Bill Lee, he's not mandating, I'm not Bill Lee, Government Tate Reeves is the Mississippi governor. He's not mandating the mask. He said you can wear them at your own risk while you're out in public, but you will have to wear them while you're in school, at the barbershop, and at the beauty shop. So I'm trying to see why hasn't Tennessee, Bill Lee, our governor, Bill Lee, hasn't, why he didn't ease the mandate for the mask, but I guess, it's so much stuff going on down here, so they don't get it. But Miss South Fair has been canceled due to the pandemic. I want to give a shout out to all our Libras in the house. Happy birthday to all our Libras. Happy birthday. And also, I heard that the Tennessee Titans and the Steelers game has been postponed because the Titans, they have the virus or something. That's crazy. So we're going to go ahead and bring up, on one of our guests here. We're going to go ahead and bring him in. You can come on, Avion. We'll go ahead and bring him in. He's part of the NAACP. So we're going to go ahead and bring him in. And thank everybody for tuning in. How y'all doing out there? Hey, Facebook, Instagram. How y'all doing? Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
You come on up. Yeah, I'm put my mask on. Put my mask on. Okay. All right. So you go ahead and introduce yourself and what's good. Come bring the chair on. I ain't gonna bite you. Cause we got to see you. And just tell everybody what school you go to, what grade you're in, and how did you become a part of the NAACP Memphis?
So my name is Avion Vernon. I'm in the 12th grade. I go to Germantown High School, and when I first joined the NAACP Youth Council, I was really young because my auntie, she was the youth advisor. So pretty much when I was born, she already had me a membership, and I've been involved since. We did fun runs, we did a whole bunch of things. And I know my auntie, she's won a youth advisor award at the National, so I've been involved my whole life.
Oh, okay. So you've been there about how long? Since you were a youth, maybe like 5 or 6 or something?
Yeah, about 5. So I say, almost 10, 11 years.
Oh, that long?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Well, good for you. So, So what made you? I mean, like, what benefits have you endured since being at the NAACP?
Well, outside of making friends, one thing I did learn was, how everybody else is, viewing social problems because at the Nationals, we take it differently. And also, I get to learn about other things. Like, I know I went to Detroit last year and we learned about gun rights and how it's not exercised in the black community because they don't want us to have those.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I learned how certain black families are teaching their children, how to use guns because in certain ways it's used for protection, but other ways, they're used for the wrong reasons.
Right.
But other than that, we're also learning about other people. Like, I know that one of my friends, Adonis Kyles, she was related to Billy Kyles. So we learned about him at the Nationals too. And it's just a lot of stuff. It's been good.
It's been amazing.
Yep.
And then you learn different cultures too, I'm sure.
Yeah, especially from my district, like District 5, it's Florida, Tennessee, and, pretty much all the southern states. So,
Oh, so you're not from here?
Oh, I'm from here. It's just,
When you say national, what you mean we say national?
Okay, so over the summer, the NAACP as a whole, it's countrywide. So
Mm-hmm.
they host this national convention at a certain location. And, everybody from everywhere is meeting up in this one location. So
Okay.
say you're in, Utah, and they have it in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's involved in the NAACP, from Utah to state, all the colleges that have the college division, youth council, and the adult council, they will go to San Antonio and they would have a meetup, and we would address problems and address things that is going on in everybody's community that they want to address, and we vote on it because. When I went to San Antonio, I was a delegate, so we got to vote on, our problems in our district,
Mm-hmm.
and I really felt involved.
So how do you feel about the voting? Do you think the voting is important? Do you think it plays a part to what's going on in society today?
I feel it's important, and some of the people that's my age feel it's important too, because last night I was on social media and everybody's saying if you're 18 and you're still in school, you need to vote because it's time for change, and everybody just wanting change. So I think it's really important.
Especially in your generation, because when I was coming up, when I was your age, no one encouraged me to go out and vote. I had to wait till I was actually grown and on my own to go out and vote. No, it wasn't like taught in school, even though it's not supposed to be taught, but it wasn't like pushed. But right now, the world that we're living in, everybody needs to get out and vote because your vote will make a change. Whether you think whether you know it or not, your vote will make a change. Especially, we're trying to get Trump out of office, and we're trying to get Biden in because he is a Democrat. So while you a Democrat, do you know what you are?
I'm a Democrat.
You're a Democrat. How do you know you're a Democrat? What you think the difference between a Democrat and a Republican is? Do you know?
I think Democrats, it's based on the people's votes, and I think Republicans, it's based around like what the government wants.
What the government wants, yeah. So did you see the debate last night?
I didn't get to see all of it, but I know, I just saw, certain clips, and a lot of people, they weren't happy with both sides.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was, they were saying, that Trump, boy, he was just trying to take over the debate, and they were saying that the moderator, he wasn't a good moderator, but he was good to me. I was listening to WDIA today, and they were saying that maybe, they give them 2 minutes to speak. Maybe they need to, in those 2 minutes, maybe give them some type of warning, like you got 59 seconds, and then cut the microphone off. But they was like, well, how you gonna do that to the president? That's the president. I'm like, well, what are he gonna do then if he cut off? Because they have 2 more debates to go.
Mm-hmm.
So early voting, I think y'all did some early voting in NAACP. Did y'all do some early voting?
Yeah, we were getting people signed up.
Okay, and are y'all still doing it now? Y'all gonna continue doing it until November? I think when is voting? November 3rd?
Yes, it's a Tuesday.
It's on a Tuesday. So are y'all still doing the early voting registration? Are y'all doing voter registration?
Yes, we are, and also we since Nationals was pushed back,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 2 weeks ago. I was in the national call on Zoom because it's all virtual now.
Okay.
Everybody that's in our district, they're all getting involved, getting everybody signed up. Everybody's on college, on the college campuses. They're holding
The signs.
they're holding up signs. Sign up to vote or register to vote.
Okay. So, y'all have an event? Do y'all have an event coming up here recently to get people to vote? Or are y'all going into communities, or y'all just have like one designated location?
We don't have a designated location, but we are going to get more. We're doing membership drives,
Okay.
and also, you know, with that, we're gonna encourage people to register to vote, and we're also gonna hold, you know, you get what I'm saying. Where
So-
we register to vote.
So are you registered? Did you register to vote? Oh, you only 17.
Yeah, I turned 18 in December. Sadly,
Oh well,
so
you be ready for
I
next
would've-
year
yeah,
then.
I would have voted.
You would have voted. You would have voted for Biden, or you
Yes,
would
I
Trump.
would have voted for Biden. I don't want Trump anymore.
So why would you vote for Biden?
For one, I feel like Trump, he doesn't, you know, belong there. Like even back in 2016, I was in the 8th grade. To me, I didn't feel like he qualified just because he had a lot of money.
Mhm.
I think that's why like a lot of people wanted him in office because he knows what he's talking about. He has a lot of money, so he must have a lot of power too.
Right.
And I think that played into, you know, him getting elected over Hillary. Also, I think, you know, with Hillary being a woman, I think that takes into account too, because I listened to some people on the radio. They were saying they would rather have, you know, Trump be there instead of
Listen
Hillary.
to a woman.
Yeah.
Ain't that a male chauvinist for you? That is crazy. All right, y'all. We have another one of our end up. Come on, Charles. CJ, how you been doing?
I'm good.
Come on this side. We're waiting on Red Wing to get up here. So we were just talking about. Did you see the debate last night?
Yes, man, I saw bits and pieces of it.
You did too. So how did you feel about the debate?
I really this has always been my view on it, you know. It's like, I feel like they're both in the same boat, they're just approaching it different ways and everything.
Why do you think they're in the same boat? When you
That's
say
just
same,
me.
when you say same boat, what you mean?
I feel like, number one, Biden, he has good claims for, us black people and everything. But it's just how he approaches it is very, I don't like the way that he approaches it and everything, which is why I said they're in the same boat. But, yeah, it was just really shocking to me because I didn't really learn or, got anything from it.
Yeah. Mike Boylan said, what about reparations for African American descendants and slaves? How y'all feel about that? I know y'all young, but
Oh, I know what that means.
So how do you feel about that?
I know I don't personally, I agree and disagree because I feel like we do deserve some kind of, repercussions of what happened, 400 years ago. But then again, on the same side, my auntie, she was like, we gotta let that go, but we can't just let that go necessarily. We lucky we're like, we don't want to get back at them.
Get back to the slave mentality, but we're some people we're still going through that slave mentality. You still have people still have racism going on, and then you still have it's a lot of things that's still going on back in the day when our ancestors were out here. So it's still things that's still going on. So how do you feel about that, CJ, about the reparations?
Well, kind of what, Avian said, but what I feel like people who are oppressors don't understand is, they'll be like, get over it, happened 400 plus years ago and everything. We're not saying that we're trying to use that to, assault you or anything. We're just saying that acknowledge the fact that it happened. Like, acknowledge the fact that it happened. Just because you're telling us to get over it doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Yeah. So do you think they need to bring this type of, like back when I was in school, they taught us about the slaveries and all that. But see, I don't think they teach y'all that anymore.
They do.
They do? Y'all still have history?
Yeah, they don't go in depth. They don't go in depth.
But they don't go in depth like the
Yeah,
Martin Luther
yeah.
King and all. They don't do all that, do they?
No, not necessarily.
See, yeah, so I think they should bring that back into school. That way, the younger generation after us will understand like we did when we were your age. So I think maybe they should bring that back into the schools or something. That way, you don't have to go to the library and Google all this stuff, and then people telling you to get over it. But you might want to know what went on back in the day, because I still want to know, because I really don't know about what really went on back in the day. I've heard about it, but I just never. You just have to watch like the movie Django and all that type of stuff. But nobody never just sat me down and explained to me about our ancestors in the slave days. I just heard about Harriet Tubman and all of that. So I think it should be brought back in school. I mean, it should be in depth. Y'all said still here. It should be in depth. That way, y'all will know more about your ancestors. I think.
I could, resonate with them when they say they want reparations because in the 1700s, when we had the Revolutionary War, some people, some black people, they were slaves still at the time because it was way before the 1800s. They were saying if you fight in the war with us, to liberate the 13 colonies, you're going to be declared a free man. So I could agree with them because they weren't guaranteed their freedom because they just went right back into slavery.
Yeah. Okay. So debate, and then also they was talking about the COVID. How y'all feel about the COVID? Y'all tired of wearing these masks, aren't you?
Yes.
Because I know I got every color. I'm so sick of wearing these masks. But hey, Trump said, what is it? A vaccine is coming. He said he's coming from November. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, he's just trying to get reelected again, I think. But I don't think maybe 2021, maybe. But I know I heard this young man that was on WDIA the other day. He was saying that he was doing the test. They paying him the test. So I don't know how many sessions he has to go through, but he was saying that he's getting paid, and they in the bylaws it was saying that if he ever was to die or something like that, then they would take care of the family or something like that. So I'm like, okay. So would you be a test dummy?
No, honestly.
Me?
The risk is too much of a risk for me.
Yeah. He said if you need more information, you can go to ADOS101.com. Oh, okay. Okay, to learn more about the our ancestors or whatever. So anything y'all want to talk about? Cause this is y'all platform. I'm just here to to enhance a little bit. Cause every fifth Wednesday, this is gonna be y'all platform. So y'all need to come up with a topic and talk. And I'm not gonna be talking all the time. It's gonna be y'all.
One thing I do want to talk about, and Caesar, I don't know if you feel me on this, but the fall sports being canceled, I don't like that for Shelby County schools because I think we're the only district in Tennessee that isn't playing fall sports. And I understand that, the superintendent, he doesn't want to make the wrong decision, but then again, we are like the only, county that's not playing, and we don't know how much, what's going to affect or how it's going to affect us because, it's a risk when we're, starting up sports and allowing people to go into the not stadiums, but the stands and stuff and watch people play. But I do see some people some districts they're taking like precautions,
Yeah,
it's
like 50%. Like Mississippi, that's what Governor Tate Reeves, he did open back up the football game. I think he says, wait a second, I wrote it down. It's I think it's 50% for the football, and then it's 20 people inside and 100 people outside or something like that. So maybe y'all need to, what can y'all do? Y'all have to sign a petition or something? What y'all need to do?
You can go.
One thing I would say about that, and I do feel you on that, AB. One thing I would say about that, something that's always been told to me is that talent is distributed equally, but opportunity isn't. And I remember there was a dude that got on the news saying that football is not the only way out, football is not the only way out, and everything. But at the same time, to some of these kids, man, that is the only way out of here.
To keep them out of trouble.
Yeah, that's the only way they got, And it's like, I don't agree with the fact that due to the circumstance that we're in, that has to be taken away from them and everything. So I do not agree with that. So I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else? Come on, CJ, you smart. Come on, both of y'all are smart, but come on.
But to add on to that, there has I know that on Twitter, he's been posting about a lot of things and how everything is science driven. I've been
who you talking about, Trump?
Not Trump, but the
superintendent.
Oh, superintendent. Okay,
yeah, George.
Okay.
And I've been looking at some things, and he was also he used some kind of some doctor in his video. It's like 5 minutes long. He was saying there too many undiagnosed cases, and I don't agree with that statement because if you haven't gotten tested yet and you don't have any symptoms, then you're considered an undiagnosed case, whether you have it or not.
Symptomatic, but they saying you still should get tested if you're symptomatic though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have y'all got tested?
No, I haven't gotten tested.
Why not? You scared?
No, I just haven't. But even though I've been putting myself at risk. I know over the summer I went to Las Vegas.
Yeah, but did you have your mask on?
Oh, I had my mask
And see,
on.
this is my thing. I know the COVID is going on, but my thing is if you just put your mask on, you can still go places. I mean, I don't think we just have to be confined in the house. Maybe like when it first happened, but it's been since March. How long it's been? About
6-7 months.
Okay, so everybody now are prone to it now. So hey, they wear the mask upon their nose. Some people don't wear masks, and I be out a lot, but I do wear my mask a lot. So I just think you just have to be careful. Just keep your mask on. If somebody don't have a mask where you are, then just 6 feet. 6 feet, but I think you should still be able to enjoy yourself and not just be confined in the house. I don't think that is good, but hey, it's only gonna get worse because the flu season is about to approach.
I remember my auntie was talking about that because she works at FedEx and she works in the offices. So she was saying she may not go back into work on campus until after like January, February, because they don't know how COVID is gonna mix well with the flu. And since COVID is like, I think it's a type of, it's a strain of the flu, then, it can only be like, multiplied.
And then they're saying it's airborne. Now they're saying it's airborne. And then next week they're going to say you can get it from your clothes touch. I don't know.
One thing people don't get about it is, and especially teenagers our age and stuff, just because we're at a lower risk of getting it and everything, we can get it and we'll be straight. But we give it to like our grandma or something, they won't be straight.
So why do you think y'all can't get it faster than like upper age? Because I have heard that.
Well, I feel like what I've seen and what I've heard is that like since our immune system are like at a younger state, I guess, or whatever, hasn't been seasoned or whatever, that like it's less likely to get it. Though, as opposed to somebody that's elderly and everything who's gone through a lot with their immune system, and they can't really take it that well.
Yeah, especially if they already have pre-existing conditions. Yeah, they are. Yeah. So Brianna Taylor. Let's touch Brianna Taylor because she was how old was she? 27, 26, something like that. So now, even though they did give her mom $12 million or something, even though that can't bring her back. But now they're stating that the only reason why they shot into the home is because the boyfriend or something shot first or something. So y'all still shot that girl 10 times?
Exactly.
My thing is, why didn't they say that in the first place?
Because I think they bring in. I think the Attorney General. I think he's black. He's a black man too. So I think that they're trying to use a scapegoat, and then they're trying to use a scapegoat. So I guess by them giving her mom that much money, I guess they wanted to be pushed up on the rug, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah. You can go.
You should.
Yeah, I can go.
Come on, Raven.
One thing me and my friends do in our free time, and I don't know why we do this, but whenever it's like a social problem that's posted on like a sports page, we go through the comments and see what people say, and sometimes people don't agree with decisions that are being made. And some people, and I got, I still learned a couple things about what happened. People were saying that the reason she got shot is because the ex-boyfriend was in the house and stuff like that.
He wasn't even in the house.
Yeah, it just didn't add up to me.
Yeah, they were saying that the ex-boyfriend was at the old house. Have y'all seen the documentary?
No.
Brianna, it's on Hulu. So maybe y'all need to watch it, and it gives you the whole scenario about I think she worked for the EMT or something like that. So they showed the whole thing about they had the no knock warrant, and then they changed it to a knock warrant or something like that. So they show all that. So it's very interesting. So maybe y'all need to watch that, and maybe y'all get a clear understanding. But they did say that the boyfriend now, and they're saying that the boyfriend shot first, so that's why they shot into the home. But they still didn't have to, and then one of the witnesses said they did announce the police, but the other witness said that they didn't hear him say the police opened up or whatever. But yeah, I didn't know they were looking for her ex-boyfriend. I didn't know that until I saw the documentary. Hi, Raven.
Hi.
Lady. We were talking, but we were talking about Brianna Taylor. What you feel? How you feel about Brianna?
Well, I think that one, the verdict that came back was disappointing and shocking because I thought that maybe after all of the protests and after all of the actions that people were taking forward to make sure that they had got arrested, I thought that, hey, maybe this time, you know, they will go ahead and go through and arrest the people that were responsible. But, you know, they did, and it was a big disappointment when I found out about the verdict. It was everywhere on all social media platforms. You know, it just shows that you can't even be safe in the comfort of your own home. You know, and there was another case that was similar like that where a police officer shot a man that was sitting on his couch in his own home, you know, in his own comfort zone. Yeah, you know, what was his name?
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
It was about when the police lady, she had went there because she thought it was an intruder.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name.
I forgot his name. But
yeah. You talking about the one that they thought it was having an affair with?
Oh, you talking about dang.
Yeah, it found out that they were intimate.
Okay, yeah.
And so she had killed him, and he was in his own home, sitting on his couch.
Right, and yeah. So did she get charged?
I think she only got, what was it, 8 years?
Yeah,
eight
it was 8 years.
8 years in prison. I think that was the only thing that she got was 8 years.
We would have done something like that. Life.
Yeah, life.
Life.
Okay, so did you see the debate last night?
Yes, I did.
How did you feel about it?
It was a lot of arguing.
It was.
It was a lot of people kind of compared it to almost as if it was a reality show, because that is what it looked like.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't look like, you know, a presidential campaign where they talked about the betterment of the people. And one thing that I noticed was that Biden was more so talking to us. And Trump was arguing Biden. Instead of arguing the topic, Trump was arguing the person, and that's not what you do in a debate. In a debate, you argue the topic and the facts, not the person. You never take it personal, and that's exactly what happened. A lot of personal stuff started, you know, being brung up, and Trump overall, throughout his entire election, kind of took things on a personal level with a lot of people that he disliked. Such as when Biden brought up him talking about his son, and, you know, Beau Biden had recently passed, I heard, as well. So, like, he was hitting below the belt with a lot of stuff instead of focusing on, you know, how are you going to be a better president? You know, what are you going to do?
If you got reelected,
Right. What are you going to do for us if you got reelected? Because, you know, we already don't want you in office to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do moving forward? Because from the looks of it, your reputation already completely ruined. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, really, Trump should have been apologizing. Trump should have been trying to fix stuff, but it was none of that. You know, his pride was still off the roof.
And the whole thing was just so self-centered. Like, I don't think they understand. It's not about you. Right. It's not about you. You trying to like be in charge of a whole nation. It's not about you.
Right.
Like, and they were trying to make it so, like what you said, personal. That was just really unprofessional and immature. So yeah, that's what I had to say about it.
Yeah.
One thing I gotta say is, why is he always on social media? Like, that's one thing I never understood.
On Twitter, though. He's mostly on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he tweets more than anybody I ever know. To be a president, you need to be trying to sign some bills and get some, he's talking about what, and I think he was stating that I've done stuff for black people. I got people out of jail. Yeah, he done did clemency. Okay, you're not the only president that has done clemency.
And he started bringing up football and just all different types of irrelevant stuff that he's done, because he hasn't done anything else that needs to be done.
Yeah,
you know,
like
he's
tax
been
laws and
right,
all this type of stuff. What are you gonna do for the people that's living in poverty? As far as like their households and all this stuff, he was trying to figure out why Biden's son got this money from. That wasn't even the question. That wasn't the question that was asked.
right.
And then he just needs to be focused on the subject at hand, but he wasn't. So you know, there's 2 more other debates that's gonna go on.
And he's I think that Trump is very narcissistic in a way, just from, you know, some of the behaviors that he has shown to us in the public. Because, you know, he shows his true self. That's one thing we can say is that he shows his true self. You know, up front, he has a lot of narcissistic behaviors. And the debate clearly showed that by how he wouldn't let anyone else get a word in. He wouldn't let anybody else finish because they simply didn't agree with what he was saying. And that's not how a debate works. A debate, you put your, you know, what you got to say up front. Then when the next person's turn go, you let them go. And then later on, when it's your turn, then you can say what you have to say about it or move on to another topic. And, you know, he was totally disrespectful to the person that was asking questions. And
The moderator.
yeah, he was horrible when it came to debating. So
Okay.
It's the person y'all elected. I mean, that's when he acts out like that, I just be like, this is the person y'all elected. You know, this is the person who's supposed to make America great again.
right,
When was it ever great?
right.
Like,
When Clinton was in office, it was.
Slavery or segregation? Which one, Trump, we got a question for you. Which one, you know, which one was great? Slavery or segregation for you? Which one are you trying to make America great again for, you know? And once he, you know, that's why I tell people, notice that once he got that saying, all of those MAGA hats, all of the KKK supporters started wearing them. It was like a calling to them to, hey, let's start bringing ourselves out more. And that's exactly what they did, you know?
Because when
Platform.
Barack Obama was in office, you know, you really didn't hear about all that stuff. You know, it kind of got swept up under the rug. But since Trump came back or came into the office, you know, they were way more public with their, you know, protests and everything.
So do y'all think the COVID one here when Obama, but as soon as Trump got in office, the COVID came. So how y'all? I mean, do y'all think? I'm just saying that when Obama, it wasn't here when Obama was in office 4 years ago. I mean, well, not 4 years ago, but it was 4 years ago. But so what y'all think about that? I mean, how do y'all feel about this COVID? Because you know they asked about the COVID, but neither one of them addressed the COVID issue. Now I will say that neither one of them addressed it. They
And I don't,
went
was
around.
it, I might be wrong, was it brung up?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was brought up. It was
Yeah.
brought up because they was saying about they was asking them about the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was brought up, but they was going all around in circles. Now both of them were doing that. They didn't have a concrete answer.
And I
when
don't think
when
any
it
of
was
them
asked.
do. You know, I don't think any of them have a specific answer as to how they're going to handle this because one,
They don't
it's
know.
spreading rapidly. You know, it's not something that, oh, it's like the flu or, you know, at this point, COVID is going to have to get normalized sometime this year. It's going to have to get normalized because, you know, what are they doing to treat it? What are they doing to stop it? So we have to live every day like this. Eventually, COVID is going to be viewed as just something just like the flu, just like, you know, any other disease that goes around.
Yeah, but the flu won't have to wear masks.
Yeah.
You get a vaccine.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's
and be
true.
gone. And sometimes you may get sick, you be down for about a week or whatever, but you be right back up. But this right here, people are dead. But people die from flu too. But the COVID is, I think it's a plague.
it's a national tragedy.
Yeah.
That stuff is crazy.
One thing,
It's not random though.
One thing I did notice is that there were some tweets brought up from the past about Donald Trump and, you know, how he, you know, despised Obama. He was saying that he was irresponsible going about the H1N1 virus. And it was, you know, the evidence says otherwise because, you know, Obama, because, you know, I never even remember H1N1. The only thing I remember, you know, back when he was in office was Ebola, but that was, you know, he shut that down quick too. But when Trump is in office, you know, he doesn't even want to take responsibility for it.
Because he went about it the wrong way.
Yeah,
He went
because
about it the wrong
he
way.
went around, and then they were stating that he knew about the virus, but he was, you know, shooting it to us that it wasn't nothing serious and all this, and then boom, look at that.
But one thing that you know, it kind of shocked me is that he can't be the one to blame. Like he tries to come off as he can't be the one to blame. Soon, at first he despised it, and then he was like, nah, it's just something little. And then once he found out it came from Asia, he started blaming them and not himself for letting this thing get an outbreak in America. Like, that was just stupid, you know?
He downplayed it because Trump's whole thing is he wants to make money. And so he knows that if we go in complete lockdown, how we're really supposed to, such as how Italy did, where nobody could leave their homes, and look how fast Italy got rid of it. So
And New Zealand.
Yeah.
New Zealand, yeah.
So Trump doesn't want to do that because one, Trump owns way too many businesses, so he doesn't want to stop making money.
Yeah, that's
He
why
doesn't.
the business open back up. Yeah.
Right, he wants the economy to keep going.
Right.
He doesn't care about the people. He doesn't care about if the people die or not. He doesn't care about the virus. He wants the businesses to stay open because he
Right.
wants to continue making money. He wants money flow to continue constantly.
Right. So before we get up out of here, we were talking about the voting, how important voting is. Since you're just coming in, we'll go ahead and let you close out and just let them know how important voting is, and like if y'all have any events coming up and stuff like that.
Okay, so the number one thing we have coming up is we do have a video that is going to be released that talks about the importance of voting and why you should go out and vote. Personally, the importance of voting is to make sure that the leaders you have in your office are benefiting you and your community. You know, you can't just put anybody in office and let them lead. So, you know, a lot of people think, well, I don't believe my vote counts. Well, either way, you know, go and steal. Because if it doesn't count, then, you know, at least you tried. You can't say that you didn't try to put someone effective in your community. And that's what we need. We need a leader that is, you know, looking out for one, the black community, one, the system, one that wants to really make changes within the community. And then we have this pandemic going on, so there's certain health care supports and things like that we need. So that's the importance of voting.
So you say y'all have events coming up. I know y'all been doing events for a minute now to register to vote, right?
Yeah.
So do y'all have anything coming up? Like before, I know November the 3rd is the voting. It's when you're supposed to vote. So y'all still have anything coming up like to register to vote? Where do your young people go register to vote at? Have you registered to vote?
Oh, we're not old enough to vote.
Are y'all still
Well,
selling?
speaking of that, you know, our chairperson, Mr. Jones, you know, we had a message that we put out, and it said, I think it was, if I could, I would,
So you should, yeah.
Say it one more time.
If I could, I would, so you should.
Oh, okay. I like that. I didn't get some shirts made with that. I like that. I like that. So if y'all haven't registered to vote, make sure y'all register to vote. My job, where I work at, Memphis Health Center on Crump, they're letting you come and register to vote. So just get out and vote, because your vote will make a difference. Say it one more time.
If I could, I would, so you should. Don't forget the finger now.
Don't forget the fingers. Yes, so this is NAACP Memphis Youth. So they will be hosting our podcast every 5th Wednesday. So whenever the next 5th Wednesday is, I need y'all to have y'all notes and stuff. I'm not gonna be up here babysitting y'all, so I need y'all to come on with it. Y'all can invite people on to come on the show if y'all want to. But every 5th Wednesday, NAACP Memphis will be hosting Table Talk with T-South. So today
Every
was our
5th
first
Wednesday.
time. Yeah, every 5th Wednesday. Today was our first time, so I just stayed on to help them out. But next time, whenever it is, they're going to be on their own. We thank y'all for tuning in. I want to give a shout out to all our sponsors that supports Table Talk with T-South, all our viewers. We thank y'all so much on Instagram and Facebook. Make sure y'all like our page on Facebook at Table Talk with T-South. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll put that link up later on. I want to thank y'all so much. So until next week, I'm sorry, guys.
Until next Wednesday, 7 p.m., stay tuned and spread the word that Table Talk with T-Salt is the next best thing.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Bye.